some things worth missing practice for, brother.
With the industry getting big mainstream exposure from outside names like Rodman and Tyson in the last year, the next blitz of media coverage was again caused by Dennis Rodman on June 8, but this time in different circumstances. With the Chicago Bulls and Utah Jazz in the middle of the most watched NBA Finals in history, with Game 4 of the series set for Wednesday, Rodman didn't show up for team practice on Monday, reportedly having a phone conversation with coach Phil Jackson, who asked Rodman where he was, with him hanging up the phone mid-conversation and disappearing for the rest of the day. A few hours later, Phil Jackson along with the entire sports world witnessed Rodman coming out with Hulk Hogan on the TNT broadcast to open WCW's Nitro from Auburn Hills. The story was headline news in every national sports show, with Rodman being fined by both the NBA and the Bulls organization a reported sum of well over $10,000. Hogan during the opening promo also took a shot at Karl Malone to start the build to the tag match at Bash at the Beach. Moments later the Wolfpack came out with Nash hyping Page's decision for tonight on him potentially joining the group, as Hogan, Rodman, Bischoff and Bret Hart appeared from the crowd in the production area, shutting their microphone and setting off pyro in the ring, saying that the pecking order is clear with them able to take over at any moment. WCW, while not dominating the ratings battle as they did a few months back, continued with business booming in every other department, including on the night with a sold-out crowd of over 16,000 people from the Palace in Auburn Hills, while merchandise sales were doing peak numbers on the back of the new Wolfpack and Goldberg items, with the entire Wolfpack merchandise reportedly selling out in less than an hour into the show tonight. Hogan and Rodman's next appearance happened a few minutes from 9 p.m. with Hogan mocking Nash, saying that he's gonna charge him back for all the powerbomb money he paid for him, as well as hyping a surprise Hollywood movie partner to be revealed later. WCW, after last week's big drop in numbers, went with a changed format on the show tonight, with 7 matches and more star power promo segments, as the crossover quarter started with J.J. Dillon talking about the Sting and Giant tag team situation, Eddie Guerrero vs. Scott Putski match, and Nash responding to Hogan's comments earlier, saying that they sold enough red and black shirts tonight to maybe cut him a percentage of the money. Coming off their biggest ratings win in the history of the Monday Night Wars, Vince McMahon opened Raw in the suit alongside Patterson and Briscoe in hopes to establish a clear lead starting tonight. With that in mind, McMahon started by thanking the crowd for making Raw, as they have through the years and again last week, the most watched sports entertainment program in history. Vince said that tonight they're gonna see a different side of him, unlike the TV promoter that's achieved unparalleled success, as they're gonna see the real Vince of generosity and caring, with him set to be named Humanitarian of the Year later tonight. Closing the segment announcing that Steve Austin will join them in the presentation, as Raw again opened in the lead with a 4.2 rating. WCW had 2 pay-per-view hype promos, first with Giant hyping his Sting match, and then Hennig and Rude hyping the match against Goldberg, while the crowd started massive Goldberg chants throughout, as both shows remained in the same rating range throughout the first half hour. The WWF had one of the biggest non-televised events of the year 3 days ago on June 5. With the house shows in Madison Square Garden headlined by Steve Austin and Undertaker against Kane and Mankind drawing a sold-out crowd of over 19,000 people, the company's largest MSG gate in history. During the show the company announced that Summerslam will take place in the Garden, leading to over $100,000 in tickets already sold while the event was going on. DX were in New York to hype the opening of the SummerSlam tickets, filmed in 3 comedic skits on Raw with them interacting with people on the streets. The third quarter between 9:30 to 45 saw a direct massive turnover, with WCW gaining almost 1 million viewers to peak the night at an unexpected point, as the sixth match of the Chris Benoit vs. Booker T Best of 7 series saw the show jumping from a 3.8 to 4.5 rating, with their series gaining momentum after strong performances with viewers looking to see a possible conclusion with Benoit leading 3-2. Booker and Benoit went 11 minutes with Booker going over to take the series to the deciding 7th match, while going against it Raw had Owen vs. Scorpio and Droz vs. Chainz, along with Undertaker arriving looking for McMahon to start a show-long angle. WCW had another heel turn between the factions as Hogan and Bret Hart revealed that Elizabeth jumped from the Wolfpack to NWO Hollywood. One of the biggest talking points of the week was WCW filing a counter-lawsuit against the WWF on May 18. The lawsuit, which was only revealed publicly this week, came as a direct response to the original WWF suit still going from 2 years ago, following the TV debuts of Hall and Nash as the Outsiders on WCW TV in mid-96. WCW claimed that the WWF, in order to combat their success, started a campaign disparaging WCW and its performers. The lawsuit named specific incidents such as the Billionaire Ted skits, the fake Diesel and Razor which the company promoted as Nash and Hall returning, the Cornette NWO rant in October, Sean Waltman's shoot promo on Hogan and Bischoff on March 30, DX showing up at the WCW building and falsely claiming that they're giving tickets away when they were legit sold out, Triple H doing the Michael Buffer routine, as well as the rest of the DX antics in the last 2 months at their headquarters in the CNN Center. Sting opened WCW's third hour for his first promo in the Wolfpack, coming out in a different demeanor more resembling the original Sting after the last 2 years of the stoic Crow personality, saying that it's nice to talk again. Sting hyped the pay-per-view match against Giant, telling him to drop the cigarettes and champagne as he's looking a bit out of shape, promising to take him out on Sunday. At the same time against it Raw jumped to a 4.6 rating, having 2 matches in a quarter with Vader vs. Mark Henry and D'Lo vs. Severn both going 3 minutes. After the last few weeks of boosting numbers for their promo confrontations, Roddy Piper and Randy Savage came out for the final build-up before the tag match against Hogan and Bret at the Great American Bash, with both watching from the skybox alongside Bischoff and Elizabeth. Savage said that he's not buying Piper's explanation, with Piper responding that he's not selling anything and their match is on at the pay-per-view, as Savage challenged him to do it tonight with Hogan taking the microphone from the stands. Hogan taunted Savage and Piper while bringing out Liz, with Savage responding that he's got over her a long time ago but he will never get over Hogan, while currently he's not over Piper either, to lead to both exchanging shots, with the segment jumping over 500,000 viewers to a 4.3 rating, beating Raw's 4.2 at the same time for WCW's second quarter-hour victory on the night. Going against the Big Star Power segment on Nitro, Raw had a video package on Sable having to leave the company after losing to Mero to build her return, along with Venis against Dustin. Runnells going 6 minutes with Val in his routine pre-match promo, making a reference to Rodman, which, unless the company had inside information with Raw taped the previous Tuesday, was coincidental to Rodman appearing on WCW TV on the same night. Next on Nitro was Hogan's reveal of him hyping the next big star in Hollywood, ending up being Scott Steiner on the movie set last week, filming a part with Hogan in Canada and building him up as the next crossover star. With the Georgia Dome show on July 6 already shattering the all-time company gate record within a day of tickets being put on sale, in what is targeted to be one of the biggest shows in company history from its home base of Atlanta. WCW, which opened more seats due to the massive ticket demand in the stadium, decided to take the hype to the next level with a mega dark match for the live crowd, as talks were going on during the week on Hulk Hogan vs. Bill Goldberg being booked as the special attraction, with the match set to be officially advertised locally in Atlanta to push more tickets to the already huge crowd. Raw's final quarter before the main event saw the Outlaws defending the tag titles against LOD and DOA, ending up with Road Dogg laying down for the finish to keep the belts in DX. WCW's final segment saw Goldberg placed in the main event quarter for the first time, going over Chavo in a minute with the crowd exploding for everything he did, taking the winning streak to 99 wins. Goldberg's match lasted just 3 minutes into the quarter, so it wasn't able to make a noticeable difference in the number, with the show going to a commercial break and then the Wolfpack came out for the Dallas Page decision. Page hinted that he might join after Nash recruited Luger and Sting, just as Hogan and Rodman attacked him from behind with chairs to close the show, as the attack footage made almost every sports and news media outlet during the week. WCW, with the changed format, bounced back from last week's 6-month low, drawing a 4.1 rating, with hope that the added exposure will translate to viewers in the next few weeks. After almost 2 hours of hype, the Vince McMahon Humanitarian of the Year ceremony took place in Raw's main event segment. McMahon came out along with Patterson and Briscoe, followed by Steve Austin as the advertised guest, with the segment built on former New York Giants player George Martin representing the foundation McMahon donated to, while taking shots at him, saying that the check bounced and the contribution was significantly less than what they had originally been promised. Vince accepted the award and responded that their attempt at humor is only exceeded by his generosity, ending up with the lights going out and Kane and Mankind attacking Austin after being set up by McMahon, with Undertaker isolated with the cops backstage. The segment proved to hold viewers' interest as Raw won the final quarter by a wide margin, picking up over 700,000 viewers to a 4.8 rating against WCW's 3.9, while going 2 minutes unopposed past the top of the hour, as Raw won for the second week in a row, drawing a 4.3 rating.